All right, family, listen up. From visionary creator Kenya Barris, the man behind Blackish, comes Big Age, the hilarious and heartwarming Audible original comedy about love, aging, and finding your way in life's next chapter. Big Age stars comedy legends Jennifer Lewis, Cedric the Entertainer, and Niecy Nash Betts. The story follows recently retired couple Dot and Butch Watts and their reluctant move to Sunset Gardens, a Florida senior citizen community that's anything but chill. Dot and Butch meet a wild lineup of personalities pushing their 50-year marriage to the limit, including Butch's flirtatious ex-flame, Ethel, played by Niecy Nash Betts, and the ferociously competitive Stevenator, just to name a few. With outrageous comedy, Key Party anyone, and real heart, Big Age shows you what it means to grow older without growing old at heart. Check out Kenya Barris's new laugh out loud Audible original comedy, Big Age. Age does funny things. Go to audible.com/Big Age series and start listening today.
Welcome to Be the Father You Always Wanted. Today, I was struck by my 12-year-old's question as I was dropping her off to school. She said, "Dad, did you ever imagine that you would live in this neighborhood?" And I told her, I said, I did dream about it. I said, when I used to watch The Cosby Show, though that wasn't my lifestyle, I didn't have, the two-parent situation or the, doctors or living a certain lifestyle. I knew that's the kind of life that I wanted to have for my family. And I said, just like with my radio career, when I go and talk to young people, even though it sounds cliche, I tell them how important it is to dream and how, that's the first step in your success is to have a dream and then follow your dreams. And I can see the look on their face and they don't believe me. But as somebody who has lived a life that started off as a dream, I know it's true, And it was a great question because everything from my career to my family to even my wonderful daughters were all part of my consciousness or what I wanted for my life. And, I love the fact that she asked me the question because it reinforces what I've been telling her all this time, but also just yet another time for me to express it to her. And that's, again, why today the topic really is the importance of dreaming. I talk about this with young people and even with grown folks, man. There's so many successful, quote unquote, people who they have a successful lifestyle, but they never pursue their dreams. They never, they feel a bit unfulfilled. And at 50, I see what happens. This is when the resentment and the anger and the regret can add up. So my message today is always dream and pursue those dreams and have this conversation with your kids. I think this is what life really is about. It's people say, what's the meaning of life? Or they feel a lot of times unfulfilled. I think a lot of times it's because they haven't taken the time to really ask themselves what they wanted out of life. And by not asking, you then ask the question, what does this all mean, So that's my message. I know it's kind of all over the place, maybe not as articulate as I want it to be, but I think you get the gist of it. Keep dreaming, pursue those dreams, and thank you for listening.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.